Zen in Stillness. Short stories for the quiet minds. In the series of Zen in Living. Series number 1.
Description. Zen in Stillness is a minimalist collection of short, contemplative stories inspired by Zen philosophy. Each tale invites the reader to pause, breathe, and discover meaning in simplicity. The stories are not meant to be decoded like puzzles, but sat with like quiet companions.
Contents Overview. 1. The Empty Cup. A young professional visits a Zen master eager to learn. She is reminded that true learning begins only after we empty ourselves of assumptions and ego. 2. The Sound of a Single Leaf. A restless student sits beneath a tree with an old monk. As a single leaf drifts to the earth, he discovers peace not in words, but in watching and letting go. 3. Chop wood, carry water. A monk complains about the monotony that even the most ordinary actions become sacred when met with presence. 4. Closing reflection. The final chapter invites the reader to let go of striving. If the stories helped you pause, breathe, or soften that, it says it enough.
Zen in Stillness. A well mind. Beautiful thinking.
Zen in Stillness. The short stories for quiet minds. Introduction. Zen isn't found in temples alone. It's in the space between your thoughts. The silence after a sigh. The warmth of tea in your hand. These stories are simple, but the space between the lines is where they live. Body, mind, soul.
Story 1. The Empty Cup. A young professional came to a Zen master. "I want to learn the way of Zen," she said. "Teach me." The master nodded and invited her in. He began to pour her some tea. He poured and kept pouring. The tea overflowed the cup, spilled onto the table, and dripped to the floor. "Stop," the woman said. "It's full. It can't take any more." The master smiled. "Exactly," he said. "You came with your cup already full. If you want to learn, first empty your cup."
Story 2. The Sound of a Single Leaf. In a small village nestled between the mountains and the sea, there lived an old monk named Haru. His temple was modest, a wooden structure shaded by a single ancient tree. One day, a restless student from the city arrived, hungry for wisdom. "I've read all the books," the student said. "I've practiced the meditations. I've even fasted in the forest. But I still feel lost." Haru simply smiled and motioned for the student to sit under the tree. They sat in silence for hours. Eventually, the student grew impatient. "What am I supposed to learn from sitting here? There's nothing happening." The monk pointed up at the tree. "Listen. I don't hear anything." "Exactly," said Haru. "Now wait." A breeze passed. A single leaf detached from the highest branch and floated silently to the ground. The student watched it fall. Slowly, peacefully, with no resistance. Haru spoke again. The tree didn't cling to the leaf didn't fight the wind, and the ground received it. Without question, the student said nothing. In that quiet moment, something inside him let go. Years later, when people asked him about his awakening, he would only say, "Zen in stillness." Short stories for quiet minds. It began with a leaf.
Story 3. Chop wood, carry water. A young monk complained about the repetition of temple life. Chop wood, carry water, cook rice, sweep the floor. Every day the same. The master replied. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The young monk frowned. What's the difference? Before, said the master, you resented it. After, you were present for it. May the Buddha's teachings guide you towards contentment.
Closing reflection. Zen stories aren't puzzles to solve. They're mirrors to sit with. If even one line softened your breath, paused your thoughts, or reminded you to return to now, that is enough.
Zen and stillness. With your blossoming flowers and longer days, you bring a sense of renewed energy and vitality to our lives.
Acknowledgements. To the quiet moments that inspired every story. To the readers who find peace in the pauses. About the author. Ha Li. Ha Li is a storyteller and wellness advocate who shares reflections on Zen and mindful living through tales that touch the heart and spirit. Follow more of Ha's stories and upcoming works in the Zen series on Kindle and YouTube. Thank you for reading Zen in Stillness. If these stories resonated with you, consider sharing them and joining me for more stories, Zen 1-minute practice and reflections on YouTube. Follow to receive updates on future books in the Zen series in Kindle. Zen Canada and World Style. Lu Zen Natural Wellness. Copyright 2025 Ha Li. All rights reserved.
Zen and stillness. Short stories for quiet minds. If you're seeking to feel calmer, subscribes for more Zen in modern life. Thank you for sharing your insight.